I'm Mark Knoller, CBS News at the White House. In the last several hours, the White House has gone out of its way to make sure that the world knows President Obama is carefully monitoring the developments involving protests in Egypt. A little bit after noon, the White House put out the word that President Obama got a 40-minute briefing in the Oval Office on the situation in Egypt. To prove the point, the White House even posted a photograph of the Oval Office session of Mr. Obama with some of his top foreign policy and national security aides. The White House wants it known that it is calling for restraint by the government in Egypt of violence. It believes in peaceful protests and it ought to be allowed. A little while ago, White House spokesman Robert Gibbs put out a tweet saying that the United States is very concerned about the violence in Egypt, and it's calling on the government of Egypt to respect the rights of the Egyptian people and also to turn on the social networking and the internet, which had been turned off because of the protests in Egypt. President Obama yesterday in an interview on YouTube made it clear that the United States does not want to be seen taking sides, but it is calling for peaceful protests. And President Obama said he made it clear to President Mubarak of Egypt that there have got to be economic and political reforms in Egypt. But the White House is walking a very careful line when it comes to Egypt. It regards Egypt as a crucial and invaluable ally in the Middle East. It looks to President Mubarak to support U.S. efforts to bring about a Middle East peace between Israel and the Palestinians. So it doesn't want to do anything that might undermine the Mubarak government, and it's also concerned that if there were a new government in Egypt, it might not be as supportive of U.S. policies there. So there's a lot the United States has riding on Egypt, and it's walking a very delicate and thin line in expressing its views. I'm Mark Knoller, CBS News at the White House.